So how do you think that the relationship between institutions and people is evolving? If I was to ask you a question, do most people trust most institutions? What would you say to me? What do you think your customers would say to you? How do you see the world in terms of relationships and trust? Put yourself in the shoes of the average global citizen for a second. Take yourself out of your gilded cage and your baby soft loafers. Put yourself in the shoes of the average global citizen. Who is he? He's a Chinese or Indian guy. He makes about $8,000 a year. And what he wants from his life is not just stuff. It's not just more, bigger, faster, cheaper. It's not just a dishwasher and a McMansion. What he also wants from his life is a life that feels like it's been worth living. He wants the stuff of happiness, of meaning, of accomplishment, of relationships, of intelligence, of wisdom, and more. That's the stuff that makes everybody's life feel worthwhile. And my bet is that what you are offering that global citizen is not the stuff of a meaningfully well-lived life. It's just stuff, material stuff. It's just more, bigger, faster, cheaper now. And so when it comes to your relationship with him, what's going to happen? In 2-3 years, when he has his dishwasher and his car and his designer clothes, what's going to happen to your relationship with him? Well, my bet is he's going to turn around and say to you, I don't trust you anymore. Just like 70, 80, 90% of people across the world are already saying, I don't trust you anymore because you don't seem to care very much about me. You care about my pocketbook and you care about me as a target, but you don't care about me as a person. You don't care about me as a human, and you certainly don't care about the quality of my life. And for those reasons, I don't trust you. So that's your relationship with the average global citizen. It's in a bad place. It's in what I would call a danger zone. And you're going to have to repair it. But here's the catch. You can't repair it just by giving him more stuff. Not just because he doesn't want it, but because he'll never be able to afford it. His income today is about $7,000 to $8,000. Happiness, the amount of money it takes for you to begin reaching diminishing returns to happiness, in a sense, the amount of money it takes for you to buy happiness, if I'm to use a crude term, is about $70,000 to $80,000. So unless his income more than doubles, unless his income goes up by 10 times in his lifetime, you know what? He's never going to have a shot at happiness. He's never going to have a shot at a full, complete life. So put yourself in his shoes again. How do you think he's going to feel about you? Not just in 2 or 3 years when he has a dishwasher and a nice car, but in 10 years, in 15 years, in 20 years, when he knows that his income may have doubled, but happiness and meaning, a complete life, a full life, remains forever out of his reach. It's a luxury that he'll never be able to afford. How do you think he's going to feel about you? I think he is going to really begin to have a great deal of distrust for you, a great deal of contempt for you, and he's going to start punishing you. The same way that people in the rich world are starting to punish you today, are starting to say to you, you know what? We don't care about your empty promises anymore. He's going to turn around and say, you know what? My income is never going to go up by 10 times. It may double, but that's not enough for me to live a full and complete life. And I'm never going to trust you again. Your promises mean less than nothing to me. And so the challenge for you is not just to give him more stuff, more, bigger, faster, cheaper now, not just because that's more than what he wants, but because he'll never be able to afford it. The challenge for you is for every incremental dollar that the global citizen earns, to deliver that average global citizen the stuff of a meaningfully better life. For every dollar that they earn, you have to deliver them not just more, bigger, faster, cheaper now, but smarter, fitter, wiser, closer, tougher. You have to do more of that for every dollar that they spend with you. Otherwise, within the next decade, your relationship with them, frankly, between you and me, is toast. They will never trust you, much less love, respect, adore, and want to have anything to do with you. And so unless you get those basic economics right, average global income is at 10K, happiness is at 70K, there's a huge difference between them, and you have to start delivering more meaning per dollar. You have to start delivering more happiness bang per buck for every penny of disposable income and investment income that these people have. You have got to make it count much more in human terms. Unless you start doing that, I think that your days are numbered. And I think that you are going to have to take a quantum leap today. In the face of this global economy, which when you look around the world is racked by problems, riots, social unrest, social polarization, political gridlock, all of these problems are symptoms of the larger economics I'm describing to you. That happiness and a meaningful life are luxuries that are out of reach now for not just the rich, but the global middle classes and the global poor. So you're going to have to start delivering this stuff to them. And if you ask me, how do I build a 21st century brand? How do I reconnect with people? How do I rebuild this broken relationship between institutions and people? That's my no-nonsense answer to you. You have to get serious, not just about stuff anymore, but about real human lives. And if you don't do it, I think that you are, frankly, on the way out in the next decade. Because I think that there will be competitors who do take the idea of real human outcomes, of real human well-being, much more seriously. Because you can't fight, you can try and run from these economics, but you can't hide. And so the companies that do take it seriously, the institutions that do master these new economics and deliver more well-being to people for every dollar that they earn and that they spend, those are going to be the institutions that survive and thrive in the 21st century. And I do very much hope that you're one of them, and I do hope that you're one of them that goes on to build a meaningful brand. And I hope that you come and talk to us about it sometime soon. Thank you.